What it is, guys, it's your Dino. We're back at it again with another review, so let's just get straight into it. This one is what I would call a sponsored video because the lovely people over at Square Enix hooked me up with a copy of the game, and the game, as you can see, is Life is Strange True Colors, developed by Deck 9, published by Square Enix, director is Zach Garris, produced by Rebecca Bassel, designer is Christopher Seeker, and the writers are Felice Kwan, Jonathan Zimmerman, and the composers are Angus and Julia Stone. This is from the Life is Strange series. It uses the Unreal Engine 4 and is available on all platforms, both 8th gen and 9th gen, and it's also available on the Switch, and it's also available on the Stadia. This game is a graphic adventure game, and it is single player. As always, guys, thanks for checking out the video. If you like the content, ring the notification bell for all notifications and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to like and share. It really does help. As always, anything that I talk about will be linked in the description below, so you guys can click on it to check it out and try it out for yourself. I'll post links to where you can get the game, different platforms if possible as well. So let's just get into it. The game Life is Strange is a graphic adventure, third-person view, and you control Alex Chen, the young lady right there, to explore various locations in a fictional setting of Haven Springs and communicate with non-playable characters, aka NPCs for those who don't know the acronym, through the conversation-based system of dialogue trees. Alex has psychic empathy powers that allow her to read and manipulate the emotions of the people that she can perceive through colourful auras, to physically see how people feel around her, so it can be a way to progress the story. And the problem is that when she does get affected by those emotions, they can infect her and make her act out in certain ways. For example, anger makes her angry, fear makes her fearful, and so on and so forth. There are some non-player characters that will have more intense auras as you go through the game, with experienced traumatic or happy things, and as a psychic empath that Alex is, you get to interact with that and go through those examples and experiences. So, for example, there is characters who experience a lot of anger in the game in the early stages, and it comes up as a red aura, and Alex is affected by it, and it's very cool the way it progresses through the story. The plot. So the plot for this game is Alex Chen, a young Asian American woman who has grown up in a foster family and has a troubled childhood, reunites with her brother Gabe 8 years later when he encourages her to return after Gabe is killed in a mysterious accident. Alex investigates the truth behind the incident by using her empath powers, and along the way, Alex meets many citizens of Colorado's picturesque mountain town of Haven Springs, including 2 potential love interests, and they have also appeared in the Life is Strange Before the Storm stories. So even though this one isn't directly tied into the previous games, there are characters who have made a crossover from the previous games into this one, but they are not core to you knowing what's going on in this game. So it's pretty cool that you could do that. The development of this game has gone pretty well, and for those who like to know about the meta scores and stuff like that, it has scored an 85% on the Metacritic, 86 on PC Gamer, and 4.4 out of 5 on the Eurogamer. And overall, the audience rating of the game so far out of 5 is 4.4. So a lot of people are really enjoying it. I've only watched these games be played through by other streamers, but the new game Life is Strange has a really cool extension for Twitch where you can actually allow your community to get involved and they can take control of the game, which is the process that I used during the recording of this content here. This content is taken from my source record feature on OBS, and I was streaming this as I played it to let my community make decisions and stuff for me. It was a lot of fun. You can set timers to be anything from 30 seconds up to 3 minutes, and the cool thing about it is that it is based on a voting system that appears as an overlay on Twitch. Cool thing about it though is that if you set up that extension on Twitch, you can actually control it in game just by simply pressing start and going into the live stream feature, where you can also turn off DMCA music, which is a very nice addition that more and more games these days need to add. The ability to cut out the DMCA tracks so content creators like myself do not have to worry about removing or making sure that certain audio sections of the games cannot be heard, but it still allows you to hear what's going on in the game. Very nice addition, Square Enix and Deck 9. Top marks. Definitely think that's a great tool to add into the game. Thank you very much for adding it. So, like I said, I did stream this yesterday, and we did get quite far in it. You can check that out in the description below. My link to my Twitch and all my other social medias are down there for you to check out. So far, we've reached several chapters into the game and progressed quite far. I feel that this game has a lot of replayability depending on how you want to do it. You can go through and do all positive interactions or all negative interactions. This game will allow you to play it through in multiple ways, going for different love interests and stuff like that. So if you've played it once, it's not a one and done. You can go back and enjoy the amazing story and twist up the way you play. So it does add a good level of replayability. The graphics are amazing. The content you're seeing is recorded on an AVerMedia 4K Ultra capture card, and it allows me to pass through at 4K HDR, record at 4K HDR, and we are also using the ray tracing feature on the game, which you can turn on or off if you so choose on the PlayStation 5 one, because we are playing this on the PlayStation 5 because I was lucky enough to get hold of one when they were first released. The game is beautiful. It has amazing cinematography, and the vistas that they've created is amazing. The interaction between the characters are fun and enjoyable and relatable. They've done a very, very good job in creating an immersive world into this lovely little picturesque town of Haven. It is so cool. I do think that they've done a very good job in creating characters that have unique lives and can pull you into the story and immerse you within this world and make you feel connected to each individual character that you interact with, be it for the better or for the worse, depending on which character you're referring to. As always, guys, we don't like to give spoilers here and tell you how the game's going to end or anything like that, so we will not add any spoilers into the content you're watching, so don't worry, it's all spoiler free. I do like the way that they have progressed stuff to allow you to make the game more inclusive for your community if you are a content creator, and allow you to add a voting system so you can get your community to basically control how you play the game. I think it's a very cool feature and I do like it. However, there are one or two drawbacks that I find is something that I would like to mention. When you do have this on the streaming mode, there are some awkward scenes where it has the copyrighted music and your characters just dance around to the music that they're supposed to be dancing to, but it can't be heard, so you don't know what they're dancing around to. So I will say that this is a game that I believe will need to be played off stream and on stream, just to get that full immersive ability to know what music they're dancing to or what's being played, so on and so forth. Just add that level of immersion back into the game. But even with it turned on so you can't hear the copyrighted music, it is still very, very good and is still very, very immersive. So kudos to the guys over at Deck 9 and Square Enix for developing and publishing such an amazing game. I do want to just point out that there is a couple of different like arcade games in there. You got foosball and a couple other things like that. Very cool, but as you can tell, they are not the main focus of the game, but they are very nice additions into the world to add more depth, giving you mini games so you can feel like you truly have control over Alex and her life, giving you the ability to slack off and play computer games or get involved in drinking games with certain members of the town at certain points. A very, very immersive game in that regards. I do like it. I do like the way that they've taken things to that level where you have the option to get involved with people on different varying scales of their life, whilst you're in Haven Springs. I think it is an amazing use of the scope of the game and the depth that they can create. So all in all, I would say that this game, in my opinion, is definitely one that you must pick up and play. I will link any links to the games that you can pick them up in the description. You guys can use those links. If I can affiliate them or make it so you can support the channel as well, I'll do so it helps. As always, guys, I do want to say that this is a sponsored video. This game was given to me by Square Enix, and I do appreciate it. They are amazing. Thank you very much for supporting both the Twitch channel and the YouTube. Guys, thank you very much. And if you do like this video, guys, don't forget to share it. It really does help. It really does help us grow. Share it, like it, comments. They are all greatly appreciated, and they really do help. I will say that the character models are very well done. I have watched a lot of the development stuff that was online about it, and it does show very well that they have put so much passion into the game, and it does transfer from their creativity and the passion that they have for this world comes across to you as the gamer. It really does show that they have put so much love into this game in the way that it plays and the depth of emotion that the characters go through. So all in all, this game is definitely one on my recommendation list. I will make a list for that, guys. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and have some fun gaming. Bye, guys.